2017 has been a banner year for rising star Beanie Feldstein. She made her Broadway debut in the hot ticket revival of Hello, Dolly alongside superstar Bette Midler, had a ringside seat as her bestie Ben Platt won a Tony Award for Dear Evan Hansen, and now is making a splash in the new Greta Gerwig movie Lady Bird, which is already garnering Oscar buzz. We recently sat down with Feldstein to talk about living every theater kid's dream and more. Welcome, Beanie Feldstein.
Thank you. This is really, I feel like I'm like in my childhood bedroom watching a video of someone else, but it's me. That's what it feels
because
like to
you're
be
here at Broadway.com.
Yeah.
And you are, I think you're the ultimate theater kid who grew up and made good. Is that true?
Yes. I feel like I'm living my dream. My childhood self would freak out if she knew that this was happening.
Don't tell her.
I won't.
We don't want her freaking out.
No, we don't want her to freak out.
Well, congratulations on Lady Bird. This is a beautiful movie.
I think so too.
It's so good, and it's such a special, deep, funny, moving script. What did you feel like when you first read it?
Well, first I felt very lucky to even be reading it because I loved Greta's work so much from what she'd co-written with Noah, and so to just get the email of like you're gonna read Greta Gerwig's directorial and solo writing debut, I was like, I just get to read it? Like, that's insane. But
it doesn't stop there. You get to do more.
Yes, and then I got the email that was like, here's the script. We really think you would be right for Julie. And then within 10 minutes, they were like, actually, you're going to go in and read with Greta. And she's going to, and I didn't know if she would be reading with me, but it ended up that in my audition, she read Lady Bird and I read Julie. And so even that felt like a privilege. You look at these names and it's like, not only are these incredible actors, but these are also all actors that have either done theater in New York or are sort of theater legends.
Right, you have Tony winners here. Every single person on this poster has been on the New York stage.
Yeah,
yes.
I know, it's insane. And
it's a theater kid's dream. Give me your little children's theater resume. What were you in?
I was Winifred in Once Upon a Mattress, which my mom, to this day, with everything that's going on, says is my best performance to date, and that I will never top it. And I was 11.
Peaked early.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool, thank you. I was Dorothy Brock in 42nd Street at 14, which was just hysterical, just like this, washed up old actress who's like bitter at 14, Ada Annie in Oklahoma.
All the classics.
Yeah, and then I was Millie in Millie, which I think I was a bit miscast, but I did it anyway.
But you did it anyway.
Yeah.
It was fine. You managed. And you grew up in LA, which is not really a theater town.
No, I stumbled into this incredible community theater and really taught me so much of what I know and how I got here and really shaped my love of theater. When I was 7, I just walked in cold and sang.
And you've been obsessed with it ever since because you went to Stage Door Manor.
Yes.
So many people.
7 years.
7 years.
7 years. But yeah, it's just to talk about theater and musicals all day, every day, and work really hard. I think that's something that I loved about Stage Door was that you really worked hard. We were in rehearsal or learning lines every minute of every day. Sure.
Obviously, we haven't even mentioned this. You're in Hello, Dolly, the other theater kid's dream, with the cast, with Bette Midler. So let's talk about the connection between Lady Bird and Hello, Dolly, because they're connected.
They are connected, this film is so special and so important, and getting to know Greta and Saoirse has been truly one of the joys of my entire life. And then it led to Hello, Dolly, so it's not only was it huge for me as a person and in my career, but then it led to this next amazing opportunity. So Scott Rudin and Eli Bush, who are my heroes,
producers.
yes, and our producers, produced Lady Bird and gave me that opportunity. And we're auditioning for Hello, Dolly, and they hadn't found a Minnie Faye. And Eli was on set with us, and Scott was watching all of our dailies, and they sort of had this idea that maybe I could be Minnie.
Because you get to sing in Lady Bird.
Exactly. So they're like, she really sings. She sings. I auditioned with Telsey in LA because they have an LA office now, and I went on tape with a casting associate out there, just me and a pianist and the casting associate, and I found out an hour and a half later.
Wow, it was that fast?
Yeah, I thought I was being punked or something. I saw the call from my agent and I was like, oh, maybe the tape didn't work, or maybe I got a call back and I need to fly out to New York or something. But he was like, you're going to be Minnie Faye. And I was like, no.
No.
And I was in my childhood bedroom, so it was just like, with all my posters on the wall and with my dad and my mom downstairs, it just felt...
Were you like jumping on the bed and screaming?
Oh, I hysterically cried and fell to the floor, and I was like running down the stairs, like screaming for my parents at the top of my lungs.
So let's time travel into the future, and let's just say you're looking back at 2017. This is a really monumental year for you for so many different reasons. How are you going to look back on this year?
Lady Bird will always be a marker on my timeline. That's what it feels like. Like, there was my life before Lady Bird and there was my life after Lady Bird. I think for so many reasons, I've never felt so lucky to be a part of something. I just like, it makes me sort of emotional. Like, this film is special and has sort of a magic around it. And both within my career and how much I learned from Greta and from Saoirse and Laurie, and just the type of character I was playing was so much more vulnerable and emotional than I've ever been asked to play on screen before. So I learned so much as an actor, and then personally, I gained all these people in my life. Like, you know, now I have Saoirse, and we have that relationship that, like, Lady Bird and Julie
That
have.
chemistry is real.
That if you, I don't know if you've ever met Saoirse, but, like, she is delicious. Like, you cannot not be in love with her. And I think we're both very, like, touchy, affectionate people. So when we met, we were like, hi, oh my God, I'm so excited to do this with you. And it feels really monumental. And then I'm also in Hello, Dolly.
The hottest ticket in town. Can you
can't.
walk me through your Tony night? Because we haven't mentioned this, but you are besties with Ben Platt.
It was surreal. I mean, it was absolutely surreal. And when, you know, just to see, like, us in the revival and the best musical of the
You
year.
guys did high school shows together, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. I played his grandma in Pippin, obviously.
So you did Pippin together.
We did Pippin. We were Sky and Sarah in Guys and Dolls. Again, I was a little miscast, but very fun. That was our first show together because I was 9th grade. And Little Red and The Baker and Into the Woods.
And then there you are sitting across the aisle from each other at the Tony Awards.
And Mrs. Gibbs in our town, too.
Oh, wow.
Which was really sweet.
And he was wearing your cufflinks. Is that true? I read that. Tell me about that.
This is crazy. So when I turned 16 first, I'm older. When Ben turned 16, 3 months to the day after me, I got him cufflinks with his initials on them, and I cut out a piece of construction paper and wrote one sentence on it with the date, which says, for when you win your first Tony. And so he put them away. You just knew, like, you genuinely knew, like, he was this talent, and he had the drive and the charm and the work ethic, and he put them away. He took them from place to place that he moved, and then he took them out.
And he wore them that night.
He wore them, yeah.
So when we look back at 2017, you've got Hello, Dolly. Crazy. You have Tony Night with your best friend. You have this incredible film.
This movie.
We have to get going, so I just want, what would be your hashtag for 2017? Let's just boil it right down.
Oh gosh, I'm so lucky. That's what it would be.
Hashtag I'm so lucky.
I'm so lucky. Hashtag I can't believe I'm here. Maybe that's a better one. I'm really thrilled to be here. To share this movie with the world feels like a gift, and especially with the theater community, I think they'll really love it because it has strong Sondheim roots.
Yes, and that's the important takeaway. Yes. Well, thank you for coming, Beanie. It was
so
wonderful
much.
to have you.
This is really exciting to be here. Thank you.